Thinking with a
I'm Marie Perez. It makes me angry that the big corporations have made it so we can't fix our own equipment anymore. I refuse contributions from big corporate PACs so they don't own me. I won't rest until we have the right to repair our own stuff.
Do you know Hobby Lobby has hundreds of incredible products on sale every single week?
thinking with a clear head. Your spouse is now thinking with a clear head, whether you know who your spouse is or not. Maybe you guys just met, maybe you're just getting into a relationship, maybe it's new, maybe you're married. I don't know the situation, but I know that your spouse is now thinking with a clear head or will be thinking with a clear head. Welcome back to Prophetic Diary. My name is Tiny. If you're not already a subscriber to the channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Click on the subscribe button. Your life will never be the same. Under the anointing here at Prophetic Diary, we are tearing down every wicked scheme of Satan, plots and agendas. He's watching us, seeking who he may devour. Here, he gets devoured. Can I get an amen? So,
Amen.
Everything else you need to know about Prophetic Diary, Key Witnesses, is down below. How to sign up for that one-on-one encouraging call with myself. The strategy calls are on fire. Take advantage of them while we have them. Tomorrow is our Single and Ready series. I'm so happy. Oh my goodness, the year is almost closing out. We only got two more, actually one more Single and Ready series, because they only run through October. But guys, I want to see you there. They say if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. I need you ready. I need you prepared. Don't let this series end, right? If you didn't get the playback, get the playback. You don't want to say that you missed out, because this time next year, I already have husbands and wives coming in and marriages and engagements. I already have them coming in, but this time next year, you don't want to be in a position like, what do I do, Tiny? I don't know what to do. No, that will not be us here. That will not be us here at Prophetic Diaries. So sign up. The Lord gave me a word this morning. I really wanted to do my coffee and revelation this morning. I wanted to go live so bad, but the weather, it's fog all behind me. It just would not permit me to do it. But I do have my coffee here. So if you get a revelation, if you're part of the coffee and revelations crew in the morning, you know when we get a revelation, we go sip sip. So please do, if you get a revelation, down in the comment section, just say sip sip. But today we're going to be in Esther, if you can follow me to Esther. A lot of people love to talk about Esther's relationship and how Vashti got kicked out the palace and replaced and all of that. And those things are true. And, but they think that it happened overnight, and it didn't. From the time, through studies, what I found out, from the time Vashti disrespected him, it took 4 years before he decided he was going to look for another wife. You know, he didn't kick her out of the palace the next day, right? But anyways, I'm going to be in Esther 2 today. So just follow me along this word. You're going to get a breakthrough. You're going to get a revelation into your spouse's heart and mind. And also for you, you're just going to get a lot of clarity that you're looking for in this season here at Prophetic Diary. I know it's marriage season. I know a lot of relationships. A lot of people are dating at Prophetic Diary. I'm like, oh my goodness. Y'all are on the dating scene, and I love it. You should be out dating, letting people get to know you, okay? Because you are that chick, that guy. I'm sorry, other channels got you sitting at home waiting like you Brandy up in your room. And we don't do that here at Prophetic Diary. So God gave me this word, Esther 2. Later, when King Xerxes' anger subsided, Xerxes, if you know from chapter 1, Xerxes was upset because, first of all, Xerxes at this time was the most powerful man. Okay. At that time, the most powerful man at that time calls his wife down, and she refuses to come, causing Xerxes to be frustrated, right? Frustration usually comes before anger. When you're frustrated, you can't get something to work, you're moving it around, you can't get it in, then you become angry. But it's usually signs of frustration at first. That's why when people are telling you this is bothering me, that is bothering me, you have to listen, because their frustration is going to build up. It is going to turn to anger, right? So you can't ignore certain things. But I think Xerxes was just frustrated. I think he was embarrassed. I think that when fear and anger and frustration strikes, it paralyzes you, and it starts to break you down on the inside, and you want to get rid of the anger. You're hot. You just want to get rid of the steam, and I think that's where Xerxes was at. He really didn't know what to do, so he had some homeboys. He had his boys come and talk to him, right? The one thing that Xerxes was lacking was respect and honor and love from his wife. And, soon on we find out that he needed healing, right? And that's something that Esther brings in. But there was a 4-year span. I don't think people know that. So with your spouse, there has been some time, all right? Maybe you guys have been separated. Maybe God is growing them, maturing them. Maybe you haven't met them. It doesn't matter. But they may be going through it right now. Maybe you guys met a few years ago, had a hiccup, and you separated. I don't know, right? A lot of people are in idolatry. They're standing for a lot of the wrong people. They're fantasizing about this person all day. I'm not talking about those type of relationships. I'm talking about those understanding in faith, believing in God, doing their thing, working in the field. A lot of you guys are in school, working on your goals, building your empire, just doing your thing, right? But maybe you got a situationship out there, or maybe you're in a relationship now, maybe you're married, not sure. Wherever the shoe fits. But in that time span, maybe he was frustrated, maybe he was angry, maybe he was angry at himself, maybe he was up in a counterfeit situation like the Vashti, not 100% sure. Be sure to like this video and share, right? Not 100% sure, but he was angry and he was pissed off for a long time. And what they believe is, in verse 2, it says, later when King Xerxes' anger subsided, King Xerxes had also just lost a war before this. When a man loses a war or a battle or something like that, they want to come home and they want to be loved on. So I don't know if, just digging deeper, right? I don't know if Xerxes was upset by what she did at the banquet. I'm sure he was extremely embarrassed. But also that he had nobody to come to after the battle. Anyways, some time go by, it just says later, right? Later. They didn't say the next day, it says later. When King Xerxes' anger had subsided, he remembered Vashti and what she had done. Now he's coming to his senses about this counterfeit. I'm preaching to somebody. Now he's coming to his senses that past relationship I was in was so raggedy, and I don't want to mess it up with, put your name there. I don't want to mess it up with her. I don't want to mess it up with him, because Vashti was a hot mess. That was a hot mess of a situation. Sip, sip.
Marie Glusenkamp Perez has ignored our border crisis.
Listen, nobody stays awake at night worrying about the southern border.
Perez isn't worried. That's where the flood of fentanyl is coming from, and it's killing our kids. The NRCC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Need inspiration? Shop Fred Meyer. For thousands of appetizing ingredients and meals.
Right. So Xerxes is coming to his senses, and he's like, you know what Vashti did was so disrespectful. I got to replace her. I got to get her up out of here. Hold on. Let me go, and I'm not feeling good. Go get me some cute little virgin girls and bring them in here. Bring them into the palace. I got to figure some things out. He's clearing his mind. What are you trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that your spouse is going to get to a point that he got to do a little bit of self-loving. Your spouse is getting to the point, hopefully, that he wants somebody that got more honor and respect for him so he can heal, right? He's realizing I don't just need casual this, casual that. I don't need to hang out with my buddies 4 or 5 times a week. I don't need to do those things. He's getting to a point where it's coming to his senses, not at the frustration, the anger, blaming you for everything, blaming his mama, blaming it. Those things are society. I'm preaching to somebody today. I'm about to get out of here, don't worry. But he called in all these women, so you can easily be like, all right, he was just having a rough day, or, his boys counted him to look for these beautiful virgin girls. He called Esther in. Sounds like he slept with her, but it's a whole other thing. Usually if a man called you into his harem, but the blessing in it all was, all things work together for the good. The blessing in it all was that about time Esther, I'm about to preach. By the time Esther, and you could put your name there instead of Esther, by the time Tiny, by the time the Rose, by the time Rashida, where my people at work, by where Latanya, Deanna, Jamia, Fabi, by the time Tasha Young walked up in there, he realized Jeanette's a different one. Valerie's a different one. About the time you walk up in that room, Shanice, he said, hold on, wait a minute. Iris said, put some respect on my name. Esther stood out more than them, so it worked together that he dated a Vashti before I'm preaching. It worked out that he dated some no good. It worked out for you. Because I know I dated some bobos, so by the time Boaz walk in, you're good. Right? Thank God for what you went through at that last job, because now you can appreciate things. Somebody say, his mind is getting clear. His head is clearing out. Who's the most powerful man in the world at that time? That man knew how to make some decisions. He knew when he had to turn and pivot. You know when you got to turn and pivot in your life. These men ain't dumb. These women ain't dumb. He was led at one point by frustration and anger, but then his head cleared. Because what Satan comes to do is steal, kill, and destroy. Right? And paralyze. But once that anger and frustration left, he was able to break through and see the difference between what he used to have and what he used to want and now what he needs. Oof. Sip, sip. So God sent me here to let you know that your spouse's head is clear. We're clearing up. Just like the fall leaves fall and we got to get a rake and rake them up. Somebody say, I'm grabbing my rake. Grab your rake. God is raking. Getting rid of all that old crap is falling off. Their head is going to become clear. Love you, family. If you feel led to sow into this word, sow into the word. Hashtag. It's becoming clear. It's becoming clear. I love you guys. See you on the next video. God bless. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow in the Single Ready series. Bye.